Hi everyone, my name is Yohan Irani and I am a second year medical student at the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and welcome to a day in my life. I usually wake up at around 9 or 10 as it's my Christmas holidays right now. However, today I did have to go onto campus just for a COVID test. The COVID tests that we do as students usually take place every few weeks, maybe once in a month or once in 2 months, and this is just to ensure that the college knows who has COVID and who hasn't, just so that they can coordinate their classes and class timings. The main college campus is about 15 or 20 minutes away from where I live, so it is a really nice walk, and I was very happy that it wasn't raining, as it tends to rain almost every day over here, especially because it is December. During my first semester of year 2, we did have a lockdown mainly in November and the first week of December. After that, things did open up. However, in the third week of December from the 25th, we did have another lockdown and currently everything is closed. Shops and restaurants are closed. Restaurants are only open for takeaway, so there isn't really much that you can do outside other than go for a walk, and there are many parks and gardens, some of which you will see later on in the video that you can visit. I'm so grateful that our studies could continue and that we continued with semester 1 starting from September in 2020. We did have classes with proper social distancing, and all the students really felt very safe. We had a mix of online and in-person teaching, and we had classes for about 3 days in the week. RCSI also opened up a satellite campus at Croke Park, which is a stadium here in Dublin, so that they could properly adhere to social distancing guidelines and still have in-person teaching. We did have a number of tests and MCQ exams throughout the semester, and all of the exams were online. We did have case presentations in the month of December, and those were in person, so there was no delay in our education. At this point in the video, I'm just 2 minutes away from my COVID test. The street over here is called York Street, and this is where we have our main RCSI campus. There are two buildings that are opposite each other. On the right, the white one, that's going to be the modern, newer one, and the one on the left, which you will see in a bit, is the older one. This is the older building where we have our famous anatomy room, and this is where first year students learn anatomy. There are a few lecture halls here as well. These two buildings are commonly used by both foundation year and year 1 students. After about 15 minutes of walking from home, I finally reached the place where I had to take my COVID test. It's just behind the main college building that you just saw in the previous clip. So once you reach, you just have to sign in and put your name in and fill out a form, and then you take your test. It just takes 5 minutes. As you will see, I did manage to get a few clips of my COVID test. It isn't something that really hurt that day, but I have to say that I am quite used to it because I do take one maybe once every month. Once my test was over, I decided to meet a friend, and we went to Stephen's Green, which is a really nice park just beside the main college building. After a few minutes, we decided to go to a cafe, which is about just 5 minutes from campus, and we just picked up some lunch to eat. Since there is no indoor seating since we are back in lockdown, we decided to come back to Stephen's Green and eat out in the open. Once we were done eating, we decided to go for a really long walk all the way to Phoenix Park, which is in fact on the other side of the bridge across the River Liffey. It took us about 45 minutes to reach, but it was so worth it. I've always wanted to see deer in Dublin, and I was so happy that we saw so many of them. This is in fact my second time in Phoenix Park, and it's huge, so there's always so much to discover once you're there. It was such a lovely day and the sun finally decided to come out. Honestly, these days are the best because, as I mentioned, we do not get the sun very much, especially in the months of December and January. Doing things like this, like activities such as visiting the park, are things that I would even do within the semester, especially if we are in lockdown and I do want to meet friends. After about 2 hours at Phoenix Park, I finally decided to head back home. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it a lot.